Hello, Intuitive Radio Collective. This is a general energy check-in. So for this one, we have the energy you're currently in, and then this is the energy that's up and coming, the energy that you're moving into, right? That you're transitioning into from this energy into this energy. So that's how we're gonna read the energy check-in for today. Now for starters, we have a lot of there's a lot of shifts that are going on. There's a lot of changes, not only in the ether, but within people's personal lives. So, um, this is also something mm, to keep in mind as we transition. So, just because something looks one way for you right now does not mean that it's going to um, stay that way. And and that's exactly the energy of this overall reading. So for starters, we have the Nine of Wands. To the We have the Nine of Wands upright to the Nine of Swords reverse and the Hangman upright. So this tells me that you are right now, if you have not already moved out of this energy, you're currently moving out of this energy where you're at. It's almost like you're just there, right? It's like in terms of a breakthrough, it's like you're just there, and it feels perhaps you could be a little bit that's so funny. Okay, so and I'm gonna say it because this is what I heard. So perhaps you could be a little bit fatigued with having to um, walk away from so many things that do not serve you. And probably because this is something that you've been doing, this is something that you've been consistently working on, is not hard sticking up for yourself, but yeah, essentially, right? So when you decide to walk away from things that don't serve you, whether that be a place, a job, a person, a situation, a living arrangement, whatever it is, when you decide to walk away from things that do not serve you in a way, you are sticking up for yourself. You're sticking up for what you deserve and what it is that you are trying to manifest. So it's almost like perhaps you've been taking actions in terms of protecting what it is that you're manifesting. So when things do not align with whatever it is that you're doing, you're quick to cut it out, you're quick to drop it, you're quick to walk away. And so maybe this is perhaps the energy of maybe you feeling like fatigued of always having to walk away from people, places, things, right? From things that are always putting you in this energy of heavy and deep self-reflection and self-introspection, right? So um this is something that you've been doing, right? And it's like it's just now coming to a close on that cycle of inner work, that cycle of inner work, repeat. Have you learned the lessons? Let's show it. Inner work, repeat. Have you learned the lessons? Let that reflect in your physical. Inner work, repeat. Have you learned that lesson? What are you gonna do now? Right? So it's been a lot of this, like that that constant cycle of inner work for you, or things leaving you in a position where they they put you in your head and your heart space so much, uh and your emotions so much, that you have no choice but to do the inner work to move on from the situation. And you are coming out of an energy where that feeling of doing something alone or being left out in the cold. So it's like that energy is being lifted up off of you through whatever you've been doing, through the work, through your manifestations, through the affirmations that you tell yourself, um, the things that you listen to. It's like that energy is being lifted up off of you, right? And for some of you, because we have and mind you, this could relate to any situation that you're going through. It doesn't have to be something specific, but with the Seven of Wands and the Two of Wands here, this also tells me that perhaps you've been juggled a lot or left out in the past a lot, or a lot of people um they tell you one thing and then there's this sneaky underhanded behavior, right, with the Seven of Swords. So maybe you feel like you always have to cut people out or cut people out of your life because of their underhanded behavior, or their their actions not aligning with what it is that they're telling you they're doing, or so there's some sort of underhanded behavior from something or someone that put you in a place of feeling like you were juggled and kind of being left out in the cold, but you're coming out of that because it's almost as if you made a decision, right? And for some of you, I feel strongly that this is a person, right? So for some of you, it could be a place that you left, maybe a job. And for others of you, it's a person. For others of you, it's something completely different, and you know what that is for you. But for some of you, I feel strongly, and I have to say this because that's the message that I'm getting. Give me 1 second, you guys. Okay, that's the message that I'm getting, and I feel strongly that some of you are moving away from a person who maybe have underhanded intentions or behavior towards you. They juggled you. They did not take into consideration your feelings and your emotions. And they also, this tells me, like, when I'm just looking at the Seven of Swords, because it did come out twice, and so there was a lot of things that were going on behind your back that maybe you were not aware of, right? Regardless of whatever the situation was, whether it be things going on in a workplace behind your back, or in amongst a friendship, well, amongst a friendship group or a person or a relationship. But this is something that you're putting it into, that you have put it into, that you're currently putting it into. No matter, place yourself where you are, but this is something that is ending, and it's a choice made by you, right? So you're choosing to let this situation transform you, as you've done with many situations before and as you've done time and time again. So you've chosen to let this situation transform you, and instead of letting it, okay, I heard eat you alive. So instead of letting this situation eat you alive, this is something that you've chose to alchemize. This is something that you chose to to change within you. And it's like, because you have been such a strong warrior, because you have been such a strong fighter, you are being heavily rewarded for your efforts, for the things that you've done, for the things that you've changed, for the, you know, work that was put in. And perhaps you are, um, I feel like because you don't see this change coming, right? So, sorry, guys. It's not that I'm jumping around, but because you don't see this change coming, the messages come in pieces, might I add, but uh, because you don't see this change coming, it's almost like you are there's a certain aspect of part of this energy feeling like, ugh, again, or why is it always me? Why do I always have to? And it's because like because you've this is something that you naturally do, right? Alchemize within yourself, alchemize very traumatic events or emotions. Because you do this within yourself, this is something that you do daily, and I feel like a lot of times it's something that you do without seeing the actual uh, physical rewards of your labor, of your inner labor. But this is changing for you, okay? Because I just split the deck and then we have the sun. So this is changing for you, and there is light at the end of the tunnel, even though it feels like you are very battle torn. Like, and it might feel like to you you're battle torn, or that you're like, I don't know how much more of this I can do, right? Uh, but that strength and that keep going that you have is literally what's bringing this in. So perhaps some of you just had to alchemize a very harsh reality or event, and now you are kind of in the energy of not maybe not understanding, because some of you do understand, but perhaps you're in the energy of, there is this underlying energy of feeling drained, feeling like you're constantly having to do this, right? Um, but what you don't know is that you constantly having to do this, and maybe you constantly having to do this, and you're not previously seeing the rewards of your effort and your inner labor is changing, right? So this is something that you are unaware of, right? So the wheel is turning in your favor, the wheel of fortune, I should say. Yes, that's what they're saying. The wheel of fortune is turning in your favor, and this is something that you currently don't see, but this is because of all these things that you've had to literally lift off of yourself by yourself. And so I feel like you're probably still in the energy of, okay, um how much more do I have to go? Or uh it seems like you're still in the energy of doing this, like you're you may be drained, but it's like you're still going to continue, right? But you won't have to be in this energy for much longer, because things are turning around for you, things are shifting for you. 1404 of the timer, things are turning around for you, things are shifting for you, things are genuinely changing, and you're being put in the position where now you're going to be making decisions over your own life, over the choices, what it is that you do. You're being put in a position where you are making the choices now. And you're choosing. And again, so I shuffled the deck, and again, the sun was at the bottom. But yeah, this is really honestly genuinely looking up for you guys. And then temperance popped out. So there might be a need to maybe, if you are currently in the place where your emotions are kind of very high just because of how of having to alchemize this very emotionally traumatic event, or go through this emotionally traumatic event and be able to alchemize it. If you find your emotions are out of whack or out of balance, then you are being called to temper and kind of balance that within. Maybe do a little bit of meditation, because at the end of the day, our thoughts are important to what we are bringing into us, and to what we can uh, accept from the universe, from the divine, what we are telling ourselves that we can accept, and then for what the divine can give us. So you're just being called to, maybe if your emotions are very high, temper them, do a little bit of breath work, meditation, yoga. Uh, so yeah, and things are turning around for you, no matter how intense or big this transformation was. It's being healed by the sun, right? So you're going to be experiencing a lot of joy, a lot of positivity, a lot of happiness, a lot of happy times, right? And for those of you who that message was for earlier, 60, 30, what? One on the timer. Uh, for those of you who that message was for earlier, about someone maybe having underhanded behavior, and you having to kind of choose yourself and walk away, you are getting a choice in love. And again, love has been coming out in the last few readings, because love is in the air, okay? And then that's funny, at the bottom of the deck. So love and marriage is in the air, and uh, it's coming, it's definitely coming to you guys. Love is definitely in the air. Love is brewing, and absolutely. So for those of you who maybe had to leave someone in the past, and perhaps it was a partner, love option, whatever, you're going to be getting a choice in love, right? So, uh, you're going to be getting a choice in love, and this is also very important, because the divine wants you to pick the person that is best for you. The divine wants you to. Oop! I split the deck on the Ace of Swords. You know I'm speaking straight up truth. Anyway, sorry. the divine wants you to. The divine wants you to pick the lover that is the best for you, because again, like I said, some of you are gonna be. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, some of you are going to be given a choice. Uh, like I said earlier, some of you have been going through the inner work. You feel like you've been on this cycle of inner work where you learn a lesson, and then you get tested on what are you going to do? What are you going to choose? Are you going to make the right decision? Did you really learn this lesson? And so a lot of you are being given a choice in love. So not only are you being introduced to someone who is genuinely going to love you, and a true and divinely gifted and guided and protected love, but you're also going to be given the choice, right? So do you go with what is best for you? And this is another thing that I was saying. The divine wants you to, a lot of you are going to be given a choice in love, and the divine wants you to choose what is the best option for you. So are you going to choose this new uh very healing and emotionally fulfilling uh, love that brings you a lot of joy? Or are you going to choose something that you've uh, walked away from, that caused you maybe a lot of pain and heartbreak? Do you choose something that did not serve you? Do you choose something where you had to fight for your some of you are hurt your mental sanity, or your whatever this is, because this is a lot, right? And so, do you choose something that you know is no good for you, that you walked away from? that cause you nothing but inner turmoil and maybe even physical fighting, because we have the five of wands, so maybe even nothing that was nothing but arguments or physical fighting. Do you choose to go back to this, or do you choose something that will something that is more and will bring you so much more? So for a lot of you, that is the choice in love that is being depicted here. And yes, the choice that you choose does matter, because it lets the divine know, okay, are you ready to be aligned with all the beautiful things that I have for you? Are you ready to put yourself first? Are you ready to choose the best possible outcome and version of yourself, your life? Or do you go back to something that you already, for some of you, ran away from, right? Do you go back to something that you've already walked away from, that you've already cried yourself away from? That's not funny, but and that's what I'm getting, right? Do you go back to something that you cried yourself away from, something that you've already asked the questions, got the answers to, and you know it's not for you? Or do you choose something better for yourself, so that your reality and your destiny can reflect that? So that's all. Again, thank you guys for this message. 21:12 on the timer. Again, thank you for this message. And I said thank you for this message. Yeah, thank you, Divine, for this message. As well as thank you guys for watching. Thank you for staying this long. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, so that I can continue to give you accurate messages that apply for you and that resonate for you. Yes, so I will see you guys in the next video. Again, thank you and bye.